Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday the 8th of February. Today, or at least the day that you watch this video, which will be Friday the 8th of Feb, I'm doing my leadership course. It's a course that I host for women and men, and it's all around leading from the inside out and how to lead with influence. So I'm super excited. I'm doing it at the Home Fabrics showroom in Kramerville, which is such a lovely, inspiring place for your home. I always want to do a million things after I've been there, and it's the second time we're doing the course there. So yeah, I'm heading out there now, and I'll show you a little bit about that in the next video because we'll film some of that. And then also this last week Sarah and I went to Future Females event. It was at Workshop 17 in Santon, and it was really awesome. It was a event with 3 speakers. I only stayed for 2 though. There was the CEO of Goldman Sachs, Colin Coleman, telling us about how he would invest his money and without telling us too much. Obviously he can't. And then there was Kagiso Msimango, who has her own coaching academy and coaching business called the Goddess Academy. She was really inspiring as well. So it was just great to be around a whole lot of people that were wanting to be inspired and learning. I'm sure Sarah and I will go to a few more of those. But back to today's topic. We're into the month of February, and February is the month of love. So I wanted to make February all about how we can help you fall in love with yourself a little bit. We have to start there, right? Oscar Wilde said that falling in love with yourself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. And I just thought that was so amazing. We have to be in love with ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to like ourselves, the good, bad, and the ugly, in order for others to. So I really want to spend this month talking about that and giving you tips on how to do that and how to build up your confidence to feel like you have tons of self-love and that you can rock your world. So the easiest thing to start with is to talk a little bit about how unique you are. We're all unique. We're all completely different. That's how we were set up at the beginning of time, however that started. And we're unique, and we need to embrace that. Now, I know it's hell of a difficult when there's things that you're maybe not very fond of about yourself or mad about. And I thought I'd give you an example of me so that I can help you try and understand that we need to find the positive in everything. I know that there's a lot of things we do actually like about ourselves, but what happens is because there's a lot we don't, or we think others are critical of, or we think others are judging us on, we are clouded by all the negative and we don't ever think about the positive. So we need to pull out the negatives, get through them and work out some positives in them, and then all the things you do like about yourself will start to shine through. And I know this is something very easy to avoid, but I really want you to try this month. It's the month of love, like we said, so let's love ourselves. So what I thought I would give you is my example, right? My name is Joy, as you all know, but I wasn't all that crazy about it. I am very crazy about it now, but I wasn't when I was little. I was terribly shy, terribly shy. I would probably have jumped if someone said boo to me. But whenever I was introduced to anybody and my name was obviously said, someone always had something to say about it, which, being the little shy one that I was, just didn't really help me. So I would either get, oh, joy to the world, or someone would sing a song to me even. So it just made me feel so self-conscious, and then I thought people were all judging me on it. And oh yeah, I used to dread being introduced to people. But over time, and specifically like from when I probably left school, I realized how unique my name actually was, because there aren't many Joys in the world. I think I might have met 1 or 2 in total in my life, and it just made me realize how unique it was. And over developing my business, it's been a pleasure having my name Joy. I can use it in so much, from organized joy to the joyful company, to enjoy, to joyful, to all kinds of things. And I have nicknames coming out of my ears. People all name me different things. And it's funny how I always think about who else names me the one that I get named. So I started working with this one guy, and he calls me Joykey. And the only other people who call me Joykey, or did, was my father, and my brother calls me Joykey, obviously because of that. But I said to him the other day, I was like, oh my goodness, you're the only other person who calls me that. And he was like, oh, is that a bad thing? I was like, no, not at all. It's just interesting when I pair up who calls me what. So yeah, from going from a place where I absolutely hated being introduced and anybody saying my name, I now absolutely love it. And it makes me who I am. I mean, there are days when I'm having a little bit of a bad day that people are like, oh, your name's Joy, you can't be in a bad mood. Which, when I'm in a really bad mood, I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear that. But I really do love my name now. So the point is that what you need to do is think about the thing you don't like and strip it back to find out why you don't like it, or what you think others are judging you on it, and then work around that. So I know that sounds really complicated, and you're all probably going, well, how, Joy? But there is always a positive in everything. So, for instance, another example that I can give you is that I was really battling in a workspace a few years back, and I was just so miserably unhappy, and I was blaming this place all the time about where I was at and how I was doing it. And what it did do is it created a space for me to create my business. And now I look back and I'm so grateful for what they did, because if they hadn't done that, I wouldn't have been here. So there is always a positive. They do say hindsight is the perfect sight. I get that. You don't always realize it at the time. But if you put in the work, you will realize it at the time. Like, what can you do with what you have and where you're at to pull yourself through it and make it a positive? You know, often we are negative about things because we can't do something, or we can't pay for something, or we don't have this, or we don't have the money for that. But then you have to help yourself be resourceful and work out ways around it. And that's the point that I want you to do with falling in love with yourself this month. So I want to get into your confidence tip and your leadership tip for the week, and they all lead out of this. But I need a coffee first. Okay, so into my confidence tip. So again, it's all around embracing something that you're not mad about yourself. So another example of what happened with me was when I was growing up and even into my working life, I was always the one asked to organize everything. Organize this, do this, put this together, make sure all these people are organized, organize these meetings, organize this lunch, organize this event. And I used to get so irritated sometimes because there were days where I'd be like, I just want to actually be the guest at a place. Why do I always have to be the person organizing it? Anyway, I mean, that didn't happen all the time, but there were times where I was very irritated about it. And then I went on honeymoon, and I was lying on a lounger in Mauritius with my husband, and we were talking about my list that I had used to pack us all up to come to Mauritius. And it suddenly dawned on me that I was Organized Joy. And that's where my YouTube channel started. I decided to embrace the fact that I was organized and rather help people with it and give all my tips, and my A to Z of an organized life started. And now I just love it. I love being the organized one. I love being called Organized Joy. And yeah, so it's taking the positive, or taking the negative, and flipping it around and making it into a positive for yourself. How can you find the positive in something that frustrates you or irritates you, right? So that's my confidence tip for you. You have to think about what you're good at. What are the positives in that? And that leads me into my leadership tip. Now, my leadership tip is about the fact that we all have skills. We have skills that we are brilliant at, and then there are things we're not so brilliant at. And I encourage you as a leader to only focus your stuff and your work and your life and what you do on your positives. Find other people to do the negatives. Don't try and make do with the negatives and trying to work out how to do them, because you end up spending so much time doing something that you are not good at, or trying to work out even where to start. So as a leader, you need to accept that there are things you are brilliant at and there are things you're not so brilliant at. And that's okay. So how do you take that and then find the right people to put into your team to do the things you're not brilliant at? And they need to be brilliant at those though, obviously. But that's my leadership tip. You can't do everything. You shouldn't do everything. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. So accept the good parts about you, the brilliant part, and accept the things you can't do. It's okay. It's totally okay. And get someone else to do those. So now into my favorites, my two favorites for this week. The first one is my Jo Malone diffuser. I flippin' love this thing, but I think what I love the most about it is the fragrance that I've chosen. And it's English pears and freesia. I'm obsessed with it. I have it in my office, and my office smells incredible. And when I leave the door open to the office, it permeates into the rest of the house. I'm actually going to get myself a second one for the other part of the house, and hopefully together they'll make the whole house smell delicious. But I must say, the Jo Malone diffusers, the smell and the intensity of it are just perfect. And they don't seem to, you don't put the oil in and then in 3 weeks you can't smell it anymore. I've had it, I bought it as part of my gift guide that I did in December for Christmas. And it still is as powerful as it was when I first opened it. And that's what I really enjoy about it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to last a very long time, which is incredible. So it was well worth the money. So that's my first thing. Then the second one is, it's a Terry powder that you put onto your face. It's called a hyaluronic, I hope I said that right, hyaluronic hydro powder, sorry. I'll pop a little picture of it up in the screen for you, but it is amazing. It's translucent, first of all, it's completely, there's no color to it. And you put it on, I put it on after I put my entire face of makeup on, and it just seems to set everything beautifully, but it's so light you don't even feel like you have a powder on. It's also really good, they say you can put some on your finger and just dab it in the places where you might feel a little bit oily during the day, or where you have some lines. I got it at Metropolitan Cosmetics, obviously, but it is incredible. I am obsessed with it. Obsessed. If there is one piece of makeup that you guys buy yourself, it would be this one, I would suggest. I love it. Love it. So those are my two favorites, my Jo Malone diffuser and my By Terry hyaluronic hydra powder. Sorry, I had to think that through. They are both linked for you below, so you can click on them and see where they're at and read some more up about them, but they are flippin' amazing. So happy Friday. I hope you have a great day. And I'll also link below my leadership course and just some information about it and stuff, so that if you are interested in the next one, you can come and join us. So have a lovely weekend, and here's to falling in love with yourself this year, specifically this month.